Childhood. In a time of revolution, Evdokia Alexandrovna was born in 1914 in Moscow, a city writhing under the weight of revolution and civil war. She grew up amidst fear and whispers, where neighbors suddenly disappeared and friends were replaced by silence. From her childhood, she possessed a keen eye for reading faces and a hint of a smile that concealed what should not be said. The road to intelligence. As a young woman, she studied languages and demonstrated a rare ability to control her nerves. These qualities attracted the attention of the NKVD, the secret arm of the Soviet state. She was offered to join, and she didn't hesitate. She knew that anyone who entered this world would emerge as a corpse or a legend. She underwent rigorous training in cryptography, communications, and persuasion techniques. She learned to become a woman without a past, to change her features with a glance, and to throw a few words that could turn an entire conversation around. Intelligence. Marriage. She married Vladimir Petrov, an intelligence officer, to become his partner in missions as much as his partner in life. It wasn't a love marriage, but a contract that bound two destinies in the world of espionage. Together, they were sent to Australia in the early 1950s, where they worked under diplomatic cover at the Soviet embassy in Canberra. Their missions were clear: gather information, recruit agents, and build a network that would serve Moscow from afar. A life between two continents. In Australia, Evdokia lived a double life. Her days were spent socializing quietly, and her nights were spent circling coded messages and secret reports. But the years weighed on her heart, and she began to realize that her loyalty to Moscow meant sacrificing her freedom. She saw Australians living simply and freely, while the specter of fear she carried from her childhood in Moscow haunted her. The Great Defection. In 1954, the decisive shift occurred. Her husband, Vladimir, decided to defect and seek political asylum. Then the famous drama unfolded. Evdokia, torn between her duty and her husband, was forcibly dragged onto a Soviet plane to return her to Moscow. Images of her being dragged amid screaming and shouting officers made headlines. But surprisingly, the Australian government intervened, freeing her from their grip so she could join her husband and officially announce her defection. That moment marked the end of her career as a spy and the beginning of her life as a free woman, but trapped by her past. The legacy of a woman in the shadows. Evdokia lived the rest of her life quietly in Australia, away from the spotlight, but she was never free of her past. Whenever she looked in the mirror, she would see a face that knew secrets but refused to reveal them. Thus ended the journey of a child born during the revolution, to become a spy in the service of Moscow, then a defector in a distant land, witnessing the cruel game of nations.